Alright, I'm back. I just had to, well, I loaded a game instead of saving, so I had to fight my way back to this point. I didn't miss anything though. Alright, so give me some advice, book. When to bestow this advice, to become powerful, you must be willing to sacrifice, whether it is parts of yourself or things precious to you. Power is a bargain. One must give in order to receive. So he's telling me, I think that's a hint to sacrifice one of the companions. Well, I don't think we're ready to do that just yet. Again, because our character is kind of against slavery. Although I'm sure if one of the companions annoyed him enough, he probably would do it. Ravel's Maze. Where are we going? Though on that thought, it has been a while since we've really talked to any of our companions. So maybe at some point soon we'll just have a nice little sit down and talk to everyone. See how everyone's doing. Ravel's Black Barbed Garden. Huh. Ravel.
I don't trust the Gith. I say we leave him behind.
Be quiet, Mort. Okay. Well, I guess we could talk to Ravel, if that is indeed Ravel. She doesn't seem to be really noticing us. We could take a little bit more time and kill a few more monsters around. Which I think is more, that's an acceptable thing to do from a gameplay perspective, but I think from an RP perspective, our character found Ravel and wants to talk to her wherever she went off to. Where did she go?
Damn.
Hurry up.
Alright.
Alright. Somewhere in here? There we go. Ravel. The plump, hook-nosed crone before you doesn't look much like a myth. She's outfitted in simple, if dirty, brown shirt and leggings, with a number of pouches hanging from her frayed belt. She seems oblivious to your presence, more concerned with the tangled black roots woven together to form the floor of the maze than anything transpiring around her. Hang on. I think the game still thinks we're in combat. Can we just leave her alone for a second and let the game change soundtrack or whatever it needs to do to forget that we're in combat? Let's not lose track of her. Okay, I think the game has ended combat. Let's talk to her now. Study her a moment. Yeah, it's the same text. A tangle of jagged grey hair jets from beneath the crone's hood, spreading down her shoulders like a mass of twisted grey roots. Sickly blue-grey flesh hangs in the loose folds from her face. Her narrow chin, long and sharp, juts forward in an extreme underbite, and two filthy yellow canines protrude from her lower jaw, like small tusks. I don't think we'd want to attack her. We want to get our mortality back from her. I think that was the whole idea anyway. Ravel? As she gazes at you, a strange crawling sensation passes through you, like snakes burrowing beneath your skin. Greetings.
My pretty thing. Have you returned at last? You were gone so long. I feared you forgot poor, lonely Ravel.
I did forget for a time. Now I have returned. That's option 1. How could I forget you, Ravel? I missed you, but you hid yourself in a place that was difficult for me to reach. Did you not wish my company? No, I don't think we would say that. We don't really know how well we got along with her beforehand. So we'll just say I did forget for a time, now I've returned. Have you? But what has returned? She squints at you with her black-veined eyes and hisses softly. Let Ravel see how you've fared in this life. She reaches out as if to caress you, and then you suddenly notice her fingers are talons, each fingernail filthy and wickedly sharp. We're not gonna strike her, not yet. Well, I don't think we'd recoil. We've seen a lot of weird things. Her ragged talons trace their way across your skin, and in their wake you feel the same strange tingling sensation that you felt when Ravel first looked at you. Her eyes dim somewhat, and her talons slide gently along the contours of your face, lingering on your scars. Wait. Is she doing a spell? Ravel's finger withdraws, and she looks at you sadly. Oh, sad, sad, broken half-thing. All a pieces. She squints at you again. No longer the one Ravel knew. Are you? Are you still broken after all this sad, sad time? Broken? What do you mean? A body you possess, but a body of knowledge you do not? She points at her ragged talon, at your chest, at your scars. Many and such scars you have, all is scrawled on your skin. Many tales does your skin tell. And what tales does my skin tell? Your scars and tattoos shout to me. Here is a man in confrontation with the world. She makes a crooning noise, not unlike a dying bird. Yes, such tales as would shrivel even a hag's ears. Okay, and we have to say this. Tell me these tales, I would know them. But our character would say this, hesitantly. The tales are many. They echo of balance, imbalanced, trials of war, battles with fiendish elements, and a creature that feeds on others from afar to sustain itself. And of torments. Such torments flesh has never known. Alright, balance imbalanced. Divided in two you were, when your mortality was peeled from you. No longer balanced, much broken in the separation, both a blessing and a mistake. But more mistake than blessing, Ravel thinks. You took my mortality? How? Forgotten the how of it, I have. Have I? Ravel's gaze dims for a moment, the black veins swimming in her eyes. And even if I remembered it, I would never do it twice. Not forgotten the moment, have I? After the break, seeing the pain stream from your veins, your cries like a wailing child, every bit of your being filled with emptiness. Terrible, even for these eyes. So that's why I feel hollow inside, because my mortality is gone. Alright, what about the other things you mentioned? Like the trials of war. Great, great trials of war. Too much to be borne by any mortal thing. Right, what war? This war touches all, my precious half-man. There is no place where its caress does not felt. Did it touch you? Ravel's voice drops, almost bitter. To this, Ravel says, Aye. That would explain the scars. What are these other tales my skin tells? So what was that about? Just a war? Yeah. Battles with fiendish elements? Two fiends butt heads. She sniffs as if in contempt. Their tiny heads filled with ideas of how the planes should be, yet can never be, or the planes they would no longer be. Such foolishness. I'm not certain I understand. What are these other tales my skin tells? Okay, so maybe our character isn't wise enough or intelligent enough to figure out what that means. A creature that feeds on others from afar. No base hungers, do you feel? But far, far more terrible ones boil beneath your skin. And such a cost. I know not the nature nor the cause of these hungers. But heed this. Coming events cast their shadows before them, my precious half-man. There's no saying of what these events will be, not even with Ravel's eyes. And these torments. What are these torments you speak of?
My journal.
A lodestone pulls iron to it, and so do you, my precious half-man. But it is not iron, but tormented souls. As others suffer, they are drawn to you, and your path becomes theirs. She makes a sweeping gesture. Do you not see them in the eyes of those that have traveled here with you? My companions, what do you mean? Do you wish to explain it, Gith? Revel throws a burning glance at Dakin, tempered with a fanged smile. Vows may prove tighter than any chain, no? The manacles of a race, once enslaved, now a slave again? Okay, she seems to know something about Dakin. Dakin is silent, but his blade shifts at Ravel's words. Oh, these words are getting to him. The blade darkens, the edge sharpening until the Karak itself becomes, or seems to carry a horrible malevolence about it. Watch your words, Ravel. The crackling, cackling sorcerer. Ravel's eyes seem to catch Ignis's fire and blaze with its hellish light. An ember of Ravel's once passion he carries, for he cares not what he does. But, mayhap, down inside in the lightless places, he's tormented by what he once was afore the passions came upon him? Do my words burn true, O smouldering corpse? Burn, says Ignis. The chattering skull. Ravel doesn't bother to even look at Morta, as if he is beneath her notice. Are the quips enough of a shield for what lies buried inside your brain box? Why speak truths when lies suffice? What do you mean, Ravel? No, she's just gonna move on. The abyssal temptress. A skin so fair, lips so rich, eyes that might cause you to forget Ravel herself. And yet she suffers more than any other. When one turns on their nature, many are the torments that arise from such a betrayal. Oh, and she responds, Ravel. Grace replies softly, almost cautiously. I have come to terms with You lie, succubus. Ravel's lips peel back in a snarl. You lie. Do not dare lie to me, when your heart is a book to me. Every word you spit screams of your torment. Ah, she gestures at Anna, as if she is for sale upon an auction block. Look upon the feisty tiefling, such fiery hair and voice. Ravel smiles, baring her rows of yellow teeth. Shall I speak of your torment, tiefling? She seems paralyzed, her eyes wide as Ravel turns her black-veined gaze to her. You see her trembling, her heart beating fast. No, I shall not speak of it. Her voice drops, almost in exhaustion, and the smile fades from her face. Grown tired of cruelties and torments, Ravel has. The world is a jagged enough place. Alright, and she turns toward us. And my precious half-man, for you, the greatest torment of all, life forevermore. Can it be a life of cares for you as Ravel does? She gnashes her yellowed tusks with a horrid clacking noise. One so brave, so passionate, so terribly lost. Sad, sad. Okay, Ravel, why did you make me immortal? I must know. A puzzle of bone and skin were you. Always. Intriguing. And the most beloved of all who came to me, petitioning, requesting, pleading. Pleasing? Pleading for help. Ravel stares hard at you, her black-veined ember eyes narrowing. So hard to see a past as scars, to dig up the man who once was underneath. Can you tell me about who I once was? A shadow with substance, a seeking that which casts a light. I know you no more. No, I know you more, and know... No. Ravel pauses, her eyes dimming. No more than I know the nature of any man. Crossed paths have we, a man tainted with undeath, still feeling the pangs of separation, and an old withered crone, now all imprisoned. What do you mean we've crossed paths? Seems it that we are meeting for the first time? No, not. Revel seems confused for a moment, then shudders as if throwing off a weight. Not at all. An echo of a future meeting this is, or past meeting, depending on which way time is facing. So this meeting echoes a meeting in the past? The now and then, very similar? So tangled the now and then is, both mirrored in each other, once and again. You come afore me with a problem, to challenge me for a solution to an impossibility. She hisses at you, then her eyes blaze. Beautiful, ungrateful, beloved man. What was this impossibility I asked you to solve? She doesn't seem to have heard you. She still seems to be in the past, for her eyes dim, as if looking far away. Such fire in your eyes. Enough to stir a grey lady's heart. Passion to be free, but when freed, the fire in your eyes guttered out. With the separation, your life has shed all meaning, I fear. She smiles with her yellowed fangs, then clicks them together, as if laughing. Mayhap you should sit on your hind legs and limp your forepaws. Mayhap Ravel will give you another scrap of knowing. Okay, our character is too... I'd say arrogant. That's the best word that comes to mind at the moment. He's not going to beg. I will not beg for your aid, Ravel. I will ask nothing more. As it ever was for you, you would not bend your knee to me, my precious man. Ravel, I have many questions I wish to ask you. Oh, more questions do you have? But you have already asked so many. Ravel's black-veined eyes take on a curious gleam. The time for my questions is now, half-man. Ravel, I need a little more information first. You shall gather no more seeds of my knowing from my mind until my questions have been sated. Do not try me on this. There are limits to your preciousness in my eyes. I think this is more in character. I will ask my questions, and you will answer, Ravel. I have neither the time nor the patience for your questions.
You have forgotten your place, half-man. Humility is in order.
Alright. Battle it is.
Yes.
So, let's send... Alright, so... These two should be at the back. You should be closer to the front more to... That can take a bit of a step back. You should also be at the back. I think Nameless One can be in front. everyone attack.
Damn.
And we'll just keep an eye on health. Black Sphere. It's a lot of damage. Alright, let's do some spells of our own. Unpause? Okay. They're all frozen. I'm not sure if that was me or if that was her. But they can't do anything at the moment. So? Oh no, they're asleep. Alright, now they're awake again. Let's let them heal a bit. Heart Charm. So give one to Grace. Morta will heal. And we'll let Dakin heal a bit. I suppose you should heal as well, Ignis, because you don't have much health. Okay. Resume. What about Magic Missile? It's always a good go-to. Okay, we seem to be doing okay, I think. A lot of damage, but nothing unmanageable. Heal up, Dakin. And resume the attack. Okay, we seem to be doing okay.
I have become stronger.
You have lost a source of information vital to your quest. Okay. Well, looks like our character cannot cannot kill Ravel. And it was interesting that we got a lot of experience for that. So I guess that counts as a death? I don't know. Alright, it looks like we have to get back to that point. So we'll just do that. Actually, I'll take a break. And when I come back, I'll be at that choice that provoked that fight. So I'll be back soon.